Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina. Today, it's another setback for women and girls.
And discussions at several different levels that will affect children here in North Central West Virginia. The U.S. Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals has voted to block West Virginia's Save Women's Sports Act, saying that it violates the rights of transgender athletes.
Boys and men. Just boys and men. This has nothing to do with biological girls at all, because there is no complaint at all that biological females who think they're men are dominating sports. There's no complaint about that. Nobody really gives a crap about them as athletes. This is just about biological guys.
Virginia's law states that students must compete in sports based on their sex. The ruling is in the case of a Bridgeport middle school athlete who wanted to compete on sports teams aligning with the child's gender identity rather.
Also, gender identity is just self-ID. You're just self-IDing that you are something that you're not. How is that allowed? There's no entrance exam into being trans. It's just say you're trans and then you get to do whatever you want within women's spaces and sports. I think that's absolutely nuts. These are just boys and men who are mentally ill or incredibly disgustingly vain. And they don't give a crap about any of the women that they're making uncomfortable. They don't care. I kind of find it funny that you're willing to push women and girls out of the way for people who are trying to be them, for people who are trying to emulate women and girls. This is freaking nuts, guys. What are we doing? Holy crap.
And sex. The student identifies as female, but was born male. The case has been ongoing since 2021. Today's ruling said that because West Virginia's act inherently treats transgender women differently, and because females can participate on any team, that males cannot.
Because males are stronger biologic. Y'all, what the hell? With COVID, you're like, trust the science. With this, you're like, no, the science is wrong. We have to believe in people's feelings and blind faith that they are who they say they are. This is... I'm trying real hard not to swear, y'all. This is not easy.
It was discrimination. The vote on that court was 2-1. West Virginia Attorney General Pat...
Also, I just want to throw this out there. Why do women not care about men's rights unless the men think they're women? I can't even, when people say that women are stupid, this is what they're talking about. Men are just running circles around these women, pretending, and they're getting away with it because they know how to manipulate women. Guys, you're getting manipulated by biological men. What are you doing? Get on the right side with the biological women, not with these fucking creeps. These aren't real transsexuals. These are facts.
Patrick Morrissey reacted to that court's decision, a statement. Morrissey said, and I quote here, "We remain confident in the merits of our defense. We are resolute in protecting opportunities for women and girls in sports. Because when biological males win in a women's event, as has happened time and time again, female athletes lose their opportunity to shine," unquote.
We got to do a follow-up story to a story that I did.
This isn't even the full story, because you remember the girl middle schoolers who were protesting against the quote-unquote trans athlete because he wanted to play shot put with them, so they didn't compete? Well, they got screwed. This is sick.
Probably a couple of weeks ago, involving some middle school girls who decided to protest against a trans athlete participating in their track and field competition.
Sorry, guys. On a side note, if this continues, I'm placing some very, very high bets in sports. If these guys are allowed to come in, professional sports, into women's teams, I'm going to make a shit ton of money, and so will a lot of other people. How will that work exactly? If you have a female boxer and then a biological male boxer who says he's a woman, how do you think those bets are going to go? You think anyone's going to bet on the woman? They won't be able to bet. They won't be able to pay out because everyone's going to bet on the biological male. So it's not just screwing over women in women's sports and eradicating women's sports. It's not just doing that. It's going to affect other things in other areas.
Participate. And I'm sure all of you guys have seen this video right here that shows them refusing to participate. Yeah, so again, that video went viral. And as a result of that video, these athletes, these brave women, were banned from future competitions, okay? So they have been barred from future meets as a result of them protesting unfair competition. Take a look.
Hey, I'm Jasmine Aduse.
And I'm Atticus P. Thank you for joining us here tonight.
We begin the 6 o'clock hour now to a local story that has been getting some national attention. 2 West Virginia students walked off the field in a shot put contest when a local trans athlete was competing.
Now a lawsuit has been filed in the aftermath. 5's Tanner Gilmartin has been keeping up with the latest developments, and he has the breakdown.
On Thursday, Liberty High School hosted the 2024 Harrison County Middle School Championships track and field competition. During the shot put contest, 5 athletes from Lincoln Middle School stepped out of the circle, forfeiting in protest of another student who was transgender. Just days before their protest, a court found that West Virginia's Save Women's Sports Act, which bars trans athletes from competing in sports with the gender they identify with, not what they were assigned at birth, violates Title IX protections against trans athletes. At the center of all this is a 13-year-old
Men, boys. It's just men and boys. When they say trans athletes, they're not talking about the biological girls, the trans boys, the trans men, or whatever you want to call them. They're not talking about them. I find it really, really, really concerning that it's all about men. That's what it is. This is just about biological males and their rights. Everyone's talking about the trans women and the trans girls. You know what no one's talking about? Trans boys, trans men. Yeah, because they don't cause as much shit as the biological males do. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because men and women are different? You think? So I find it really concerning that in this whole ideology that's been created, women are fucking second-class citizens to men. If a man wants to say he's a woman, he can. And the amount of things he can get away with in this world, in this country, is insane. All because you're trying to protect trans rights. Why don't you just say biological males instead of trans rights? Because that's what this is. You don't care about the trans boys. You don't care about the trans men, the biological girls. You don't care about their mental health. You don't care about the fact that a shit ton of them are transitioning. You don't find that concerning one bit? No, because we don't care about the girls, the females. We only care about the biological males who think they're women. They're the ones causing all this shit. Little girls are lobbing off their freaking boobs and taking chunks of skin off their thighs and their arms in order to make some neo-phallus. And nobody's saying anything about that. That's concerning to me that we have lost our minds so much. Like this trans thing, it's not about girls. It's not about women. It's not about biological girls. They don't give a shit about them. They don't even talk about them. When they say trans rights, they mean trans women, trans girls, biological boys, males. Not girls, not women who think they're men, think they're boys. They don't give a shit about them. That's concerning. It's all about the males. I don't know what. These poor girls.
middle school student Becky Pepper Jackson. She and her mother were the ones who initially appealed the Save Women's Sports Act to the Fourth Circuit, a fight they ultimately won. The Attorney General of West Virginia's office says they plan to appeal the Fourth Circuit's decision all the way to the Supreme Court. As a result of their actions, the student athletes who protested were suspended from their next track and field meet, leading their parents to sue Harrison County Board of Education.
They got banned from all future competitions for protesting. A man, a male, a boy, fucking biological male. They got banned. Biological girls got banned from women's girls competition because of a fucking mentally ill or narcissistic vain boy. They got banned. What the hell are we doing? You are literally punishing women for standing up for themselves. This is nuts. You're punishing girls. How are women supposed to have a fair shot when it's so easy for these males to come in and take over? Because it's their right. I'm going to go hit a punching bag. I hope you guys have a good day. I'm sorry to drop some bad news on you. I'm not too happy about it either. Shout out to Greg Foreman, by the way, for covering this. I do appreciate the men out there who are standing up for us and with us. Like and subscribe, comment below. Let me know how you feel about this. Are you as pissed off as I am?